This is the TikTok Live highlights replay for Wizard Marketing from March 8th, 2024. Enjoy. The big piece everyone's talking about right now, obviously, is TikTok going to get shut down. The United States Congress did just pass some stupid bill that is now going to the floor. The answer is no, it's probably not going to get all the way through Congress. I doubt that TikTok's going to get banned. The reasoning that they're using for it is pretty flimsy, and they're honestly just swinging the government baseball bat to try and kowtow TikTok because they own Facebook and they want that power and they want all the people over on the platforms they control. I don't think anything's going to be happening with TikTok anytime soon, but that is something that is swirling around. The debate is going on. Best books on marketing, I would say, without a doubt, the number one for me is $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. Now, it's a relatively newer book, but it is just chock full of actual value for the reader. It's full of charts and graphs and organizational guidelines of how to use the book directly. So rather than be some high-born theoretical book on marketing, it's actually practical. It gives you the blueprint of how you can get $100 million worth of leads for your business today. So I would say if you only get one book, get that. I normally have a copy to show, but I actually gave my copy away this week. That's how good that book is. Other books that I think are super important for the marketing space is The Power of Habit. Really like that book. It's not specifically about marketing, but it talks about how people develop their habits. And this is a very important thing for a marketing person to understand. And then the last book I'd recommend, again, this is a mindset book, but it's 10x is Easier Than 2x by Dan Sullivan. This book is all about setting your mindset for growing and how your growing is not really going to happen in tiny little increments. It's actually going to be tiny big. And so really trying to engineer those big jump moments rather than just the small jump moments. Those would be the books I'd recommend. What do you think about Google's new core updates? So yeah, my team and I talked about this internally just the other day, and it looks like it's mostly just to protect from people who are doing bulk content releases, just big, bulky, like tons of content getting dropped, all generated by AI. I think that normal sites that are local, that are serving their actual customer user base, are going to be perfectly fine in the new update. We're not going to stop using AI, that's for sure. We're going to keep rocking what we do. But again, we use AI at the beginning of the process, not at the end of the process. So we're always putting out human last touch content. Do you think AI will be used for automation? Absolutely. In fact, as soon as AI can figure out how to create the automation for us automatically based off of just me talking about it, that's going to be the real magic for marketers, because then I won't have to sit here and spend hours and hours designing and setting up these thinking automations. I can just tell the computer, hey, set up this automation, make it happen for me, and it will be done. So AI will definitely be used for automation. Is there any way to convert AI generated to human generated? So I guess the answer is yes. The way that we do AI in our SEO process is that we will start with the AI content. We let AI do the first pass, and then a human steps in and really takes over the process from there and focuses on how would a person consume this and adjusting the content now to be more humanly. So that's how we do it. My Party Inflatables, do you think a local service business, if they have used AI to write content, will be okay? I would say, yeah. Typically speaking, these big core updates, maybe only about 10% of sites ever get hit. So they're not going to swing the bat too hard. They might do a smaller release, see how it goes, and then adjust it again. What's the best hosting? So for WordPress hosting, I totally recommend WP Engine. I'm sporting their swag today. WP Engine is my choice. They're just the best at WordPress, in my opinion. I don't think it's close. Their customer service is the best customer service I have ever had in my entire life, and it's not close. They make you feel like a king, like a prince, like a queen, like a whatever you want to feel like. They'll make you feel like that. They do such a good job on their support. It's amazing. Even if their hosting was worse, I would still be with them because of their support. Or trusty WordPress Elementor Pro. Okay, so what I'm going to say here is choose what is comfortable to you. If you don't know what these are, website building tools. You can either use Webflow and their entire platform, which is very new but very good. And in fact, I would hazard to say the future of web design. Or you can use WordPress, which is tried and true classic. A third of the internet is WordPress websites. And in this case, Johnny's saying using the Elementor Pro web or plugin tool. I don't like Elementor myself. I think it's really clunky, and I think it's a little outdated in the way that it kind of functions with the WordPress site. A lot of people like it. If you like it, use it. All right. In general, when it comes to tools, if you like it, use it. I don't care which one you use. I'm going to recommend you the ones I think are good, but use what you like. So if you want to go WordPress and you don't want to do Elementor, I highly recommend taking a look at Avada, A-V-A-D-A, Avada theme. That is my favorite. But if I had to pick Webflow versus Elementor and all things were equal, I would pick Webflow because I think it's going to be the future-proofed version. If you had to grow a software product with very low margins, 1%, what channels would you resource? Wow. A 1% margin? How the hell are you supposed to make any money? You have to, marketing cost alone to sell a product typically ranges from 2 to, so if you have a low margin of 1%, you can't even make money on that, man. I don't know where I would even start. That's a challenge and a half. Our web developer, air quotes, used Divi and now we're stuck with it since we invested so much into it. Yep, that is the problem when you use a builder on WordPress, is that you get stuck in it. Wedding websites for brides and grooms. That's awesome. Do you think that's a good upsell opportunity? I think it's great, especially if you can build like 3 templates that you can just like drag and drop replace really fast. That's awesome. And in fact, if you use WordPress and you use WP Engine, my hosting, you can actually pre-clone those build outs and just spin them up like this. So totally worth doing. The only job of marketing is to overcome competitors and winning clients. I am going to disagree with you, okay? And I'm not disagreeing to be combative. I'm disagreeing because our marketing mentality, my marketing mentality, Wizard Marketing, my company, is not that way. That's not how we like to think about how to tackle marketing. We believe that marketing is about generating trust in reliability and thoroughness. Okay. So we actually look at our competition for our clients a lot less than we used to. When we first got started, we thought it was combat, right? And there is some combat, but the reality is that the available people in a marketplace that can buy a product, full available marketplace of people that could buy the product, it's only the people that are aware of the product. So what we really focus on is becoming an awareness generation engine for all of our clients. And so what we're doing is we're going to that group that's outside the awareness ring, right? We're building awareness with people that could consume the product that don't know about it. And what happens is by bringing that to that group, improving and enriching their lives and their experiences with these amazing products, then they trust us more than anyone else that's doing it because we're their first touch. And so we're actually growing the market for everybody. I'm actually helping all of the competition because I'm generating awareness in the product and the service. We are the number one trust factor because we brought them into the space in the first place. So that's our mentality. So I look at competitors to see areas where we might be lacking in outreach, but never to just beat them. Fintech is a terrible place to be right now. I'm so sorry to say it. So let me back this up. For people who don't know what fintech is, that's financial technologies, okay? Think of it like QuickBooks is fintech, all right? And so what happened was with the internet boom, and specifically in the mid 2010s, building software became more accessible, right? There were more agencies that were available to build good products. So a lot of people got into designing products. And because so much of financial is math and algorithms and presentation boards, a lot of fintech got developed. And so what happened was we flooded the market with too many fintech products. And so the only way that the fintech products could compete is by becoming the cheapest option in their space. So that drove all of the prices of the fintech. So now fintech is all battling over functional pennies, okay? And it's a real problem from a marketing position because the only leverage you have is I'm cheaper than the other guy. There are a few circumstances where there are better opportunities. Like one of the reasons why QuickBooks does so well is because they integrate with goddamn everything, right? They integrate everywhere. So that's an advantage that they have over their competition. In the fintech space, it's just very hard to gain a foothold because there's so much opportunity in it. How do you create awareness? There's lots of ways you can create awareness. Everything you do, every marketing activity you do is called a marketing touch point. And one of the things that we look at as marketers is how many touch points does it take for somebody to commit to working with you? And the numbers shifted over the years. It goes up and down, but I would say generally 20 touch points and somebody will engage with you. That's why ads are so effective, because I can hit somebody multiple times with ads and encourage them into engaging with me. I have a new brand with a novel product line with no direct competition. What do you recommend? Blitz. That's when you go blitz marketing. So what is blitz marketing? Blitz marketing is you need to collect as much cash as you can, and you need to be everywhere all at once to just flood the market. You want to get that novel messaging out there as fast as possible because someone is going to copy you and try and steal it. So the only way you win with a novel product line is becoming the number one name in that product. And so I would highly recommend a blitz style strategy where you're doing ads, you work on your SEO, you're doing like influencer marketing is a great option for blitz marketing. Hulu ads, like Hulu is a great opportunity, honestly, for businesses. No one uses it, or not enough people use it. I'm having trouble communicating to customers what the product is and how it helps them. Okay, so if that's your struggle, you need work on your messaging. And that's actually my personal specialty is brand messaging. So if you want to chat about it, I'd highly recommend getting on my calendar. We can at least have a discovery call and see what we can do about your product. How do you keep focus on own business goals even when you have negative self-talk? Wow. Okay. This is tough. So I'm going to peel back a curtain. I've been doing my own business for 5 years. I've been in marketing for about 11 years. And what I have found is that every single business owner suffers from imposter syndrome. I'm not that good. I don't know that much. I can't be that worth it. I have to charge less because I'm clearly not worth it. No, you know your business. You know what you're doing. You built it. You love it. You feel it. It's a part of you. So whatever negative self-talk you have, throw that away. Believe in yourself. The moment you let go of that imposter syndrome, because here's the reality. Here's why imposter syndrome exists. It's because you can't have 100% retention rate. So people will leave your business. In fact, I'm going through that right now. I have a client, not anymore. I had a client that found me through TikTok. We started working together and they did not want to listen to what we were suggesting. And so we were mismatching. And at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. And you know what? I have no problems them leaving. I want them to go find a marketing agency that they feel like they vibe and blend with. I think they have the wrong concept of how to promote their business, but they'll find someone else who fits with them better. And that's okay. You're not going to have 100% retention rate. You're not even going to have an 80% retention rate. You're not going to win every sale. You're not going to win every client, and clients are going to leave. It's okay. That doesn't reflect on how you are and what you know. Trust yourself. You know what you're doing. I would highly recommend if you go to fullvelocitymarketing.com. This is my free marketing Discord. I hang out in there all day long. You can ask me questions anytime. Inside of my Discord, I actually have a course. My course is how to build a 90-day marketing strategy, and it covers a lot about that business development stuff too. So I'd highly recommend going and checking that out. It's $200. I just want people to have it. Right? If you're interested in that, go over to fullvelocitymarketing.com and scroll down the page. You'll see the 90-day marketing reset as the option. Are subdomains cheaper or better for presenting my own photography brand too? Subdomains are free. Once you have the main domain, subdomains, you can make 1 million of them. So yeah. Can you explain more about marketing automation? Marketing automation is the act of building out processes that fire for you that do marketing value. So the most common one here is like building a onboarding campaign where somebody creates interest in you and then you send them a series of emails, but there's tons of different marketing automation you can use. For example, I'm really crappy at doing Twitter. So what I did was I took my news feed, which is available at fullvelocitymarketing.com. In the Discord, I have a news feed. It's the feed I read every single day. And what I did was I built an automation that sends a message to my Slack channel with a recap of each article that comes in and a proposed tweet. And so now I can just grab that and throw it in Twitter, and I'm tweeting on a regular basis. Susie MD, what's the average price range to create a brand kit? I've seen brand kits as cheap as $600. I've seen them go for $60,000. It just depends on who you hire, how good they are, what their history is. The $60,000 one, I was working with a guy who literally helped create the PlayStation brand, okay? So when you look at that, you go, oh, you created PlayStation? Yeah, you're probably worth $60,000. But I would say the average is probably between $600 to $5,000, something like that. I have a new pressure washing company. What's the best form of SEO to get higher on Google? You need to work on your Google business profile SEO. That means posting images, making posts, and getting reviews. Those are the three most important things you can do as a local business. Where do you recommend I spend my marketing budget as an HVAC company? Same for you, Frost Chilling. I would definitely recommend looking at improving your Google business profile and then running a drip of Facebook and Google ads. All right. Simple, small, little bit amount, but it just gets awareness out there for you. Can you explain how PBNs work? Private backlink networks. So private backlink network, the way it works is you sign up. Usually you have to pay to just be in the network in the first place. And the way that it works is they're going to show you all the available backlinks you can purchase. And you just, you know the price, you know the website, you know the article it's going to be on. And you just say, yep, I want to do that. And you buy it. That's it. Really simple. The key is that the PBN has to build that private network of opportunities. So it does take a lot of work to build up one. Being a brand strategist, do you target audience, competitive advantage, creative positioning? All of it. All of it. I actually have a document that I built internally called the Marketing Message Matrix, where I'm reworking it because it's actually becoming my book now. But every single one of those things requires different types of messaging, different channels to focus on. Yeah, it's a whole process. It's really involved. Where do you think I should start to raise SEO ranking in a brand to a brand in multifamily in US? Generally speaking, what we do is we're going to look at keywords in your striking range. So we're going to use Google Search Console to find out what keywords you rank for that are ranked 11 to 40, and we're going to focus on optimizing those first. That's the quickest and fastest SEO wins we can get you. How did you get your agency started when it was just you? No team, I do strategy. So whatever you do, the easiest way to get new opportunities, if you're a new business, is you lack trust factor. But there is a free bit of trust factor you can leverage, and that is locality. So what I would do is I would actually do website and SEO reviews of local businesses that I wanted to work with, and I would put it in a yellow envelope, and I would drive to the business, and I would give them the envelope, and I would say, hey, I ran this report. I work here in the local area. I visit your business and use it, whatever it might be. And I noticed that you had some lacking space in your SEO or your marketing program. Here's a report I ran. It's totally free. My business card's inside. Let's do some work together. And that really works. Maybe 2 out of 5 were interested, and I would close half of that. Trying to balance being informative and not overly wordy on the website to optimize SEO advice. If you are providing value to the reader, that's all that matters. Provide value, and if it's getting too wordy, break it up. Make it visually stimulating. Bold things. Put stuff in lists. Add little icons all around. It helps people consume when it's very consumable. Just a wall of text, nobody's just going to glaze over and be gone. So you don't want that. Ever done cold calling to get website design lead? I hate cold calling. I actually hate sales personally, but what I've found is that when you build pre-trust, it's not a sale. It's just me helping you. If you can reframe, I'm not selling you on something, I'm helping your business. And if you don't want it, I can't help you then. That's fine. Do you find a lot of companies don't want to invest in their brand identity, just want a website? Absolutely, all the time. In fact, it's really a misstep right now because for the last 15 or so years, you've been able to beat people with technology, right? SEO can help you beat people. You didn't need to build a brand, but it's shifting back. It's shifting back. People want to be part of lifestyles, and brands are inherently a lifestyle consumer product, right? Your product is inside of that lifestyle. So think of it like any lifestyle you can think of. Yeti. Yeti does this really well because they know who they target to. And so they're targeting to that woodsy, outdoorsy type, right? And so they invested in a brand that supports that woodsy, outdoorsy type. Very worth it. Or are there ways to increase a site's SEO that are not needing to put more and more money to? Unfortunately, SEO is a very active process. So you're either going to pay in time or you're going to pay in money. So you have to pick what's going to be your investment. There's no such thing as free. What would you do different if you could start it all over tomorrow? Not be afraid of sales. And to be honest, this is my number one piece of advice that has nothing to do with marketing whatsoever. Every business is a sales business. The only thing that matters in business is sales until it doesn't. A lot of businesses want to build their product and their offering first, and that's great. I know you have an idea for what you want to do and deliver, but if you build all that and you waste all your money and now you can't advertise it and people don't know it exists, it doesn't matter. So focus on trying to sell your product while you build your product, because sales is the most important thing when it comes to business. Does domain authority and good backlinks make a big difference for SEO? Absolutely. Domain authority is a culmination of your SEO and your backlinks. It's like a rating for that. So I wouldn't chase domain authority personally. It's not something that we recommend doing. I would look at domain authority as how important is your website to the internet, with 100 being the most important website on the internet and 0 being not important. So if you're in the mid 20s as a local business, you're doing great. Big man, like I've seen a really dramatic decrease in performance in the output of ChatGPT to the point where I actually started using Claude, Claude, and I'm getting a really nice return on those AI generated queries. So check out Claude. We have 100,000 backlinks, but they look all spammy. Would you do a Google disavow? Absolutely. We disavow bad backlinks all the time. For those of you who don't know what that means, when websites link back to yours, you're graded on how trustworthy their site is. So if a spammy or a scummy site backlinks to your site, you're actually getting negative value in the SEO. So what you can do is you can actually build a disavow list and upload that through your Google Search Console. Why has ChatGPT gone downhill in your opinion? What's the cause? I could get in trouble for saying this, but honestly, it's politically correct culture has ruined it. They keep putting up more and more rules and guidelines of what ChatGPT can and can't say. Imagine it this way. Imagine if we took your brain and we said, great, you can use all of the data in your brain except for anything to do with smells. That's what they're doing to these AI tools. They're limiting off the sections that they're allowed to use because of the fear of being not politically correct. And so it's really hurting all of these really cool AI tools. Now, I'm using Claude right now. Is Claude better? It seems to be outputting more consistent results that seem to be higher quality to me. So there's that, but does it still have guardrails? Absolutely. So it's just one of those things where it's the more we appease the broader people, the worse tools tend to get. And that's not true just about AI. It's true about everything. Are there any big SEO no-nos? CAD activities you can do, but I would say this is a hard question for me, Polina, because I'm going to say something again. This could get me in trouble, whatever. If it's not black hat and it's not evil, I just say do it. And then if it is bad, if it is something that they don't want to happen, they'll shut it down. Is that helpful? Maybe not. I don't know. I do a lot of websites and we do a lot of different strategies. And there's stuff that we do that I'm like, is this in the gray area? Yeah, of course. But no, the competition's not doing that gray area, so let's take advantage of it. Do I do anything malicious or evil? No, I would never do anything malicious or evil. Or just lying. Never lie. That's your no. Don't ever lie. That is the fastest way to kill your business and your brand, is to just lie about stuff. How much should a small business be spending on SEO a month? That's really hard to say because it changes based off of the market, the industry, what your reach is going to be, how many people. Are you national? Are you local? There's so much to change. However, I will say this. 80 to 85% of my clients are on my SEO program. My SEO program starts at $1,000 a month, and that's what we sell the most of, and it works. There you go. Why don't numerous people see the value of SEO, and why do people give a shit for the high cost? Because, so this is just a fundamental issue with a lot of small business owners, that they don't believe in marketing. A lot of businesses think my product is so damn good, why aren't people buying it? And the last thing they want to spend money on is marketing because it feels like their product failed. And the honest to God truth is that people just don't know your product exists. If your product is just that good, a little bit of marketing is going to go way further than a product that's boring or common or anything like that. Like, we do SEO for like lawyers, okay? There's a gajillion lawyers out there, a million billion lawyers, whatever. Okay. And do they get the highest return on value from an SEO? No, but they get clients because people are searching for that stuff. Whereas if you have something even more novel and unique than a lawyer, your SEO is going to go way further. How are some of my keywords having high impressions but low positions and vice versa? Because if someone does a search and you rank 100 on the keyword, it counts as an impression. So impressions is not great to measure unless you're just starting SEO. So like for the first 2 or 3 months of our SEO program, we do look at impressions because we want to see that we're getting more keywords in the game. Then we need to start optimizing those impressions through to clicks. So that's how the flow goes. Do you recommend using QR codes? I'm a mixed bag on QR codes. Some people love them. Some people hate them. I'm in the middle. Sometimes they're great. Sometimes they're pointless. Thank you for spending your time. I'm here because of you, not the other way around. You are my blessing. If you want to keep the conversation going, fullvelocitymarketing.com, my free Discord. You can ask me any questions there anytime you want. And as I always say in marketing, best of luck.